with European Parliament already for 5 years. Yeah, those contacts are very important. Maybe you remember that 3 years ago, me and President and David Lewis, we went to Morocco for a conference. It was the conference of these people.
Oh.
Yeah, this gentleman that was one of the speakers, Jean-Christophe Oetjen, was one of the speakers yesterday. And like in every country, politics is also something personal. You need to make personal contact with these people for them to better cooperate. Just like I better cooperate with our president because he has visited me. Yeah, you understand each other, you connect, you help each other, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That is important. And so little by little, we are making these people in Brussels understand about the problem in Uganda, and that it is far more than just one dictator. Actually, it's an African problem. That it's neocolonialism. Because of the interest of the minerals, of the refugees that Europe doesn't want to have, of Islamic insurgencies in Somalia, where we want Ugandan soldiers to contain that insurgency. That is why the European Union is like, well, please, Mr. Dictator Museveni, please help us, right? And that is blackmail. The European Union is being blackmailed by Museveni to give him money, to give him weapons, and to legitimize him. All these three are very important for the dictator. And diplomacy is really a very slow process, and we still have so much to do. Because we need more ambassadors. I am the ambassador in Brussels. In Geneva, we have a lady ambassador that is very helpful. In US, we have the diaspora leader that is our ambassador there. But those are just, and in UK, there's a gentleman called Peter Ekakoro, who's ambassador there. That's only 4 of us. You get, we need more ambassadors.
So, so should we expect sanctions from those people? Should we expect that parliament to be helpful to Ugandans?
So yes, they are helpful to Ugandans. The only issue is that the European Parliament has very little to say about foreign politics. Yeah, so you can also see in this resolution that they're addressing the member states and addressing the European Commission. But these member states and this European Commission can just ignore them. And that's what they did 5 years ago as well. And if you listen carefully to the lady that was representing the European Commission, you could basically not hear a lot of understanding. She was just finding excuses for their support for Museveni with all kind of nonsense. She was even defending that stupid Vote Peace program. I hated that fucking hashtag Vote Peace. Together with the UPDF, how the hell can they have a Vote Peace program that tells citizens to vote peacefully when the violence doesn't come from citizens? The violence is coming from the military. And that their failure to understand it. No, not their failure. They don't want to understand it. They simply don't want to understand it. And one of the reasons why they don't want to understand it is that Europe is a true democracy. of European citizens. So they listen very carefully to what European citizens have to say. And as you know, many European citizens are like Dr. Nico. We are very quick to go demonstrate. We fight. Just look at all those anti-Palestine protests, anti-Trump protests. Every day there are dozens of protests. So Europeans are very, very vocal. And hey, they're Europeans. Africa is not on their mind. And we do have African Europeans, but they are quiet. They stay at home. Sometimes for good reasons, because they have to make a living. They don't have time. But it's also part of the culture, right? And we've discussed this before privately, Dog Nation. Some of them are corrupted because they want to go back to Uganda. They refuse to speak out, right? Yeah? But can you imagine that if in some government of the Netherlands, the government cuts down a tree and they shouldn't have cut down that tree, there will be a demonstration of 100 Dutch, right? And they demonstrate for one tree only, right? And then when the interest of a whole continent is at stake, like Africa at the ICC, you have 10 at maximum. You get me? I wish the Africans in Europe were just as verbose as those Europeans, that they would stand up for their right, because no one in Europe ever got their rights without standing up for it. You know that 100 years, I want to give an example. 100 years ago, women got the right to vote in Europe. And this was not because men were so nice, like, let's give those women the right to vote, they'll be quiet. No, it was because women went to demonstrate. Men didn't want to give them any power. Women really had to fight hard for it, right? And they fought for 10, 20 years, and finally they got their vote, right? And that is the problem with Africans. They refuse to fight for their power. And that's why the European politics is not listening a lot to them. That's why this European Commission, that's why my Dutch government, it's not listening. They know the Africans, they are not speaking out, and they are divided. The Ugandans fight for themselves. The Sudanese fight for themselves. The Zimbabweans fight for themselves. The Nigerians fight for themselves. Africans don't understand they have a common goal. Right? That's the other problem.
That is it is a big problem in Africa, really. People are selfish in their countries. They are quiet. I don't know what's wrong with those people. You can now see some countries are quiet while things are happening in Uganda. And things happened in Tanzania, still they were quiet. No one was talking. This is fucking called the African Union. That is man. That is what you know. Those African Union, those leaders, they are all dictators. In fact, they are the problem of Africa. I'm telling you, that African Union, it is a big problem in Africa.
Yeah, they don't do anything. I agree. But let's talk about African bloggers, right? So you are one of the most influential Ugandan bloggers, right? How come we don't have African bloggers, right? That are popular across Africa? Actually, I know only one, Bobby Wine. Although he's not really a blogger, right? But he is an influencer. The way that he acts. But you understand, we need African bloggers that talk about all the countries and not just their country.
So we need those people. We need African bloggers.
Yes, and I can see on TikTok they're small, right? So that means that that Pan-Africanism is dead. It's just a void term. In the end, every African is just about their own country.
That is the weakness of that so-called African Union, because that is must be done by them to get the bloggers to even finance them.
No, but please forget about African Union. African Union is not a union of countries; it's a union of dictators.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
forget about it. That is not going to change. But we don't need an African Union to unite. Right? Now you are in South Africa, right? So who are the influential bloggers in South Africa talking about South African politics? And maybe you can connect to them?
There are very few.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
So TikTok is not as big in South Africa as it is in Uganda?
very big, even more than.
Sorry?
Yeah, it is very big. Even I think it is more than the Ugandan TikTok.
Yes.
But few people are talking about politics. Very few of them.
Have you ever tried to get into contact with Malema?
Very soon I'm meeting him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very soon. I don't want Museveni's people to hear, but
Okay. You should have lied to me. Oh.
yeah, but we shall see how to contact these people so that we can talk. Most especially bloggers talking about politics, talking about issues that are going on in Africa. Really, we need change in Africa, not only in Uganda. And we call upon African countries to speak, not to be silent, to talk about things that are happening. People are killed, like in Tanzania. Very many people were killed. More than 30,000 people were killed. Imagine. But nothing. No one talked about it. They are all quiet. Now, like, for example, in Congo, very many years, Congolese are killed. There are in millions, those who are dead, millions. People are leaving Congo, they are all over the world. So I don't know who is concerned. Why everyone is so quiet like that? And now that's why we got a lot of hope when we see these people are now sitting discussing about Ugandan issues, the European Parliament. Let's them. How long does this Parliament gonna sit?
So they sit every week, but they really work hard, right? So because Europe is a group of 25 member states, and so they need very specific laws for very complicated societies. So today, I think they voted on like 200 proposals. Can you imagine? 10 seconds per proposal, just vote. Another vote, another vote, another vote. It's really hard work. Where those lazy Ugandan MPs, they're just sleeping in their couches, if they're even present, right? These ones are really working. And now they were in Strasbourg in France. Next week they'll be in Brussels. And so what typically they do is every month they pass 3 urgency resolutions on international human rights issues. And I've been trying for years to get us in among these 3. But you can imagine that every time when there is a major conflict, like now in Iran, right? Or in Palestine or in Sudan. In Sudan, 60,000 black people have been killed in a genocide. It's kind of hard for us to get in between those 3, right? But next month they will have another 3. And I just hope they're not going to wait another 5 years for the next resolution. That would be really, 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 really bad, right?
We need actions. Really, we are tired of words. You know, those people are speaking a lot, but actions. We've seen it in different scenarios. We have seen them talking, but sometimes no actions. We need more sanctions in Uganda. A lot.
Yeah. Well, to start with, they shouldn't be sending money, right? You don't even need sanctions. Just stop funding the dictator.
Yeah.
Right? And well, there is a sanction instrument which is called Magnitsky sanction. Magnitsky sanctions are personal sanctions. The UK has, for example, issued sanctions against Anita Amon for stealing the Karamoja iron sheets. And definitely I am in favor of those sanctions. But most importantly, stop funding them. Stop sending them money. Stop all these stupid democracy projects. Stop sending money to build roads, because those roads are never getting built. Right? And stop loans by the IMF and the World Bank until human rights are respected. Because we know that those loans go into the pocket of the dictator and he uses them to buy weapons and to bribe people for the next elections. And we need to knock on many more doors. Yeah, and so the people that watch, they can also help by sending emails, right? Actually, I'm going to put on my TikTok later the emails of the people that spoke in favor of us. So we should thank them. We should tell them, thank you so much. That's why I try to tag them. Now, most of these people are not on TikTok. Our friend Jan-Christophe Oetjen, he's not on TikTok, but he is on Twitter. So when I posted my video, I tag him. I know, because you and me, we have way more followers than him, right? So by tagging them, they'll feel the appreciation from us, right? Let them feel that. Then in the same way, those that we're fighting against, we should also tag them and we should send them emails, we should explain them, we should tell them, can we come by to meet and show you how bad Uganda is? We really need to do a lot of those activities.
Okay. Yeah, we really appreciate, and let's keep on moving. Now, we have, like you, this is a message to Ugandans. We have got some people helping us. You know, someone, if if you get someone crying for you, you must also cry. So Ugandans should not stop what they are doing. They have to post those videos and tag those European Parliament and any organization that can help. Because really people were killed in Uganda, and very many, and still now they are killed. There is a silent genocide in Uganda. You get.
Yeah. And I want to add, Doc Nation, please tag persons, because the institutions, they don't look at their mentions, but persons, they are looking at their mentions.
Oh, but we don't know them.
Yeah, for example, the commissioner yesterday that defended Museveni, her name is Maria Kos. Now I remember. Yeah, so we can look it up and we can tag them. Yes.
Oh, one by one, personally, one by one.
Yes.
Okay. You have some videos, because we saw some few videos. If you have some more, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a minute, please.
Bannange nno byebyo oluzungu lokalengezagezaako olunanemanga neekolamu akabwa olunaagaana onaawulira okitegedde munjogeza oluzungu teri asobola kumpa ku bulabo teri asobola kukola ki temusharinga live temukola mugamba ogamba blocking ogakambalike kandete wano mumanyi oluzungu abasaba request no Western Canada okay nalabika amanyi ku luzungu waliwo omulala amanyi ku luzungu awo nga muli bangi naye mulaba ndi wano njayana na luzungu katuyinze mbadde saamulabi.
Yes. So this is the lady that was chairing the vote, and so here you see the result of the vote, right? 573 people were present, and of those present, 514 voted in favor, and only 3 against.
Oh, these are the 514 they voted positive.
Yes, and you can see exactly here, the whole room is green. You see from left until right, they voted in favor of this resolution, right?
Yeah.
Can I play the video?
Yeah, you can play, because some of them we didn't even hear them.
Yes.
You can increase the volume.
Yeah, let's see if I can increase volume here. Yes, comrades, the vote is happening. You see them voting. The whole resolution. Show it. Look at that, 514 in favor and only 3 against. Thank you so much, European Parliament. Yes, so that was good.
I wish I can get those 3 that voted negative, and I have some dogs here.
Yes. I'm actually surprised it was only 3 against. You have to understand, we have a couple of these racist parties, right? And they simply have no interest in African politics. Yeah. And the other thing that I want to show you is the video by our friend Jean-Christophe Oetjen, one of the writers. Let me.
You can use that name. You can tag those people. Batugambye totaginga European Parliament yonna wabula osobola taginga muntu ku muntu ba member of Parliament aba abatufevalinga ne bamanya n'okwata ka video ng'oli bamutemako omutwe oli bamusazeeko omukono oli bamupya amasasi n'obataginga okitegedde kiki tina trouble ogamba otya it's not trouble.
Ahead of the elections, Bobby Wine was cheered by.
Okay, so I have another one here. Let me play this video. So this gentleman is called Hannes Heide, and he is from Germany.
Tens of thousands of Ugandan voters wherever he appeared in the country. Now, after the elections, he is under siege. And tens of thousands of citizens took the streets, this time in protest. The post-election situation in Uganda shows a systematic assault on fundamental rights. President Museveni's 7th term followed elections that failed to meet democratic standards, preceded and followed by mass arrests, violence, attacks on journalists, the shutdown of civil society, an internet blackout, and killings of unarmed civilians. The harassment of Bobby Wine, his family and members of the National Unity Platform is unacceptable. The European Union must act consistently to end immediately all violence, threats, and the arbitrary detention of opposition politicians and their supporters. We must review our cooperation with Uganda and firmly support civil society, journalists, human rights, and LGBTIQ plus defense.
No. We stop there.
Leave that out.
We stop there.
So they are going to they are going to revise their cooperation with Uganda.
Well, that is what they are asking for, right? The Parliament is asking the European Commission, the executive branch, to revise. And definitely they are unhappy, right? So I met them a month ago in Brussels, and they were very concerned because they saw what was happening in Tanzania. That dictator that they are cooperating with, he is crossing lines that they are very unhappy about. Yeah? So Europeans, they pretend they care about human rights, and if their development partner then just tortures and kills, that makes them very, very uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah. So let me also look up the video of the lady of the European Commission reacting. Okay, give me 5 minutes to look it up.
Kale kansoke ndete wano tina soko je sango na yogero lujungu ka iwe kola bati.
So you want me to help you in English? You think I'm expert? Okay, I'll show you.
Even for me, English is a colonial language. Eh? Have you heard my Dutch? It's really my English is really horrible.
Hey.
And Dog Nation, you know,
No problem, Dr. Nico. We are waiting
so you
for the
must
video.
recognize the type of English.
But it's because my network is not clear, but inshallah I will manage.
What are them inshallah? That is oyinza okumalako nalwo kale ka tina otandise oteekamu inshallah.
Yeah, I have to try, but the network is not good. But I'll try my level best.
Kale singa tufunayo abantu awo ibintu byenyiga sibiteke. Ekirala kyenjagala bannange bannayuganda ate tinolazeewo bannayuganda tuyina abatukaabirako naffe tulina okwekaabirako tozinga mikono baako nekyokola nze nkugambye nze nekibooko tuli tuti era kibooko evuga wano kati naawe making sure nti olina kyokola ku akawunti yo tandikira ku akawunti yo nga tonnagenda walala wonna okitegeera tandikira ku akawunti yo obeeko ensonga z'oteekayo nga zigenda kugira kuyamba naye kansoke ntereze pana eno ndaba sigitegeera okuba enanyize ebyo naye nga netiwaka yo kweri ndimo kuleeta wano ku bantu okay. Chemical atomic that is still what yakiwulira tukitooko bamulowooza. Bukyobamanya babadde batutaddemu ga diversion ganji ate weegali wano ku internet ganji kati making sure to falling into trap of diversions. Ensonga ezigenda mu maaso mukulu nnyo. Eno bajjeno battibwa okitegedde eno international community amaaso gali ku Uganda, parliament eri zitudde bateesa ku Uganda, obusajja bwatta abantu, bwatulugunya abantu, bwawamba ne kati bukyawamba. Kategeera ne kati bukyawambira ddala, naye wano we tulaga tulina kwongera kwerwanako bwerwanyi. Kyova olaba tugamba toggwangamu maanyi, ekintu kyonna kikole, kola kyokola naddala ng'oli munnayuganda, baako ne kyokola ku lw'ensi yo. Baako ne kyokola ku lw'ensi yo. Kale kandetoona ate waliwo gwe natendese Western Canada yalazeewo. Ashalazaani kwoli?
Luzungu bintu bya kwogera lulimi lwe twagala.
Era Oluganda
We have to try. Kituufu oluzungu lujja tuleetera ebizibu naye nga
kale tokaanyutinyamu katono.
okay.
Let's see if we have sufficient volume on this one. Oh, this is very... Wait. Sorry.
Elections were not in
Again.
Thank you, President, colleagues. What happened on January 15th in Uganda, the so-called elections were not an election. They were a military operation, and the facts confirmed. Soldiers, acting on direct government orders, raided the home of opposition leader Bobby Wine, assaulted his family and forced the family into exile. Opposition supporters were arrested, disappeared or were killed, including Mesako Kello, who was fatally shot while attending a peaceful rally. We are deeply alarmed by reports that the regime has publicly threatened to kill opposition leader. They are acts of terror which are meant to silence an entire opposition. We call for the immediate and unconditional release of all political prisoners and end to military trial of civilians, full accountability for the crimes committed and a real electoral reform. Today, we as European Parliament say clearly, we stand with Bobby Wine, Uganda's opposition and civil society, and all those who risk everything to demand freedom. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear colleagues.
Applause. Yes. Okay. Let me. Now I have a question for you.
People know that very many.
Do you know why he is only talking about Mesach Okello?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, but do you know why he's mentioning Mesach Okello, but he's not mentioning the other deaths? The reason is that the case of Mesach Okello has been documented by Human Rights Watch. So there's an independent organization that has verified. Because the problem is there's a lot of fake news around. So these people, they only want to report something if it has been confirmed by an international reputable organization. And that is why it is so important that we document all the victims and that we talk to journalists and that those journalists then also publish. We need to help those journalists because it's a lot of work. Right? So that is the reason why only Mesach Okello is mentioned.
Oh, so we must document even those who were
Yes.
killed at Monga Chivumbi's place.
Exactly. I just wanted to mention Chifumbi's place because there are no good articles about it, right? So otherwise I would have made sure it was part of this resolution, but I couldn't give them any reference in English what had happened, right? And that is also ourselves to blame because I don't even know the names, to be honest. Do you know the names of the people that died in Chivumbi's house?
They are the ones to give us the names. Me, I don't know
Right.
them.
But we should tell them that this is important. It's very important.
Not only there, in very many places, people were killed.
Yes.
Shot
Yes.
dead.
And we need to document. And I request Ugandans, please write to me or to Dog Nation, and then Dog Nation will forward to me. But please, and don't share what is already on Twitter and Facebook. I don't need that. No, the things that are not on social media yet. Those are important to report. And I even have special forms for it. They can fill out. It's very important that we document that.
Yeah, because I was wondering, he spoke about only one person in the campaign, and yet there are very many people, very many
Yes.
people who were killed in